All right, so today we're talking with Steve. Steve is a 52-year-old business owner, small business owner, and Steve's got 3 kids and a wife. All 3 of those kids have just gone through college. So he's got a 22-year-old, a 24-year-old, a 27-year-old. He's been paying for college for the last 10 years, $30,000 to $60,000 a year on college expenses for his kids. Now the youngest one, the 22-year-old, is finally done with college. But up until now, basically, he hasn't had the ability to save for retirement, right? Because he's been putting a lot of money into spending, it on his kids' college educations. So now he's kind of playing catch up, right? He's max funding his 401k. He's doing some other investments, but now he wants to save about $30,000 a year that he's used to spending anyway on his kids' college education, right? So here's an idea of what you can present to Steve. What we're going to do is we're going to take that $30,000 a year that he's comfortable with spending. We're going to annually fund a peak life IUL from age 52 to age 66, and then we're going to turn on an income for Steve at age 67, and we're going to see what that does for him. So let's run the illustration. We're going to go, here I am at my National Life dashboard here. I'm going to click here under Business Tools, the Illustrations tab, and that's going to bring me into the National Life Illustration software. We'll go ahead and do a new illustration. Change this product type to Index Universal Life. Also, obviously, get the right state there under Issue State, and we're going to choose the Peak Life. This is the new IUL from National Life that's for, generally for higher premium type cases. So let's go ahead and put Steve's information here. First name, business, last name, owner, male, birth date is 10/17/1965. We asked him a few quick basic field underwriting questions. He passed the eye test, so we feel pretty good about quoting him at verified standard non-tobacco. So now we're gonna move on to the next page, which is death benefit and funding. Big step here, you wanna make sure you click the minimum death benefit max cash value bubble here, and then we're going to, under premium mode, we're gonna leave this at annual because he wants to do $30,000 per year. And then under premium, we're going to specify the amount, again, at $30,000 per year. Now we're gonna do that from year 1, right, through age, what did we say, 66? So $30,000 a year every year from year 1 through A66, that's age 66. And then under distribution, we're going to solve for income, and that should automatically change, yep, right there, changes the income from age 67 through M, basically meaning through maturity. Now we're actually gonna adjust this a little bit and do it through age 100. M would take him through age 120. Whoops, I need to make sure that's A100. There we go. All right, so now we're going to go to Quick View. We're gonna see what that does for Steve here. And here we go. We've got an initial face amount, over $1 million of initial face amount. There's the modal premium annually at $30,000 per year. And as you can see, starting with year 1 at age 52, he's doing $30,000 per year. And starting at age 67, that's going to give him an income of $58,139. And that's going to last, as you can see, all the way out to age 100, right? So let's click the reports button and get a full illustration generated. Now, one thing we're going to do here is we're going to click this little benefit summary analysis with his tax rate at 34% in there. That's going to give us a little bonus page in the illustration that's going to be really nice for Steve to be able to show him, the equivalent of a taxed income to the tax-free income that we're illustrating for him. It's really going to help drive the point home about how important it is that the income is coming tax-free. All right, so here's the illustration. Few pages I want to point out right away is, this one right off the bat. It shows the annual premium, and then it shows at age 67, since that's the year that we elected to start income. You can see summary of values at age 67. If he passes away, he's going to get, his beneficiary is going to receive $942,000 of death benefit at that point, or he's going to have an annual tax-free income beginning at age 67, lasting all the way through age 100 of $58,139 per year. Now, from age 67 to age 100, that would be a total income benefit of almost $2 million received. The other thing that it does here is at age 67, if he were to suffer a terminal, chronic illness, critical illness, or critical injury, it shows what those numbers could be through the living benefits features on this policy. So that's really important to point out. Obviously, this is a big, a great page for point of sale as well. It just basically takes all of those benefits and put them onto one really nice looking page. Again, if he dies too soon, there's his death benefit. If he becomes ill, there's his living benefits that he has available to him. And of course, if neither of those things happen, hopefully that's the case, it shows his cash value accumulation at different years. All right. So again, we're very familiar with this page as well. It shows sample payouts in the event of different living benefits and different severities. A couple other things I want to show you here. Now, this is when we checked that extra box after we click the reports button. This is a very important place to draw your client's eye. Remember that non-taxable income at age 67 was $58,139. Now remember, we checked that box and put it in his tax bracket at 34%. So now I can basically say to Steve, look, this gives you $58,139 of non-taxable income per year. If that was in a taxed product and you had to pay taxes, you would have to generate $88,089 per year to end up with a net of $58,139 in your hands. So that really underlines the importance of this income and the significance of this income being tax-free. A couple more pages I want to show you really quickly. There's some definitions there. We'll skip past that stuff. We'll get down to, first of all, the index strategies disclosure. These are the returns by strategy. I always like to point this out to clients. Here's the actual S&P 500 results year by year. And here in this third column over, this is the cap focus. So your clients can actually see what was earned in those different years in the indexed account, which of course is the 0% floor, the 12.5% ceiling. And really the thing to point out here is the averages down here. You'll see that the index strategy actually beats the actual results of the S&P 500 in every period except the 5-year average, in which case you're still getting 9%, which is pretty great, right? So that's something that's really important to point out, something that clients like to see. And then we'll go down here and show the current illustrated rate. If you scroll past all this, there we go. Now it has its own page. And this is where you can see the actual numbers of income. One thing I always like to do is show, so Steve, let's say that, you're taking this $58,000 per year every year. Here's what's happening to all of the numbers. Let's say that you pass away at age 91, right? So what happens here, you take all of the income that you've taken, you pay off all of the loans that you've had to take out in order to generate that income throughout the years. What you basically end up with is all of the loans are paid off. You have all that income at that point. You've taken out $1.4 million of income. You've paid $450,000 in, and your beneficiaries are still going to get $211,347 of death benefit if you pass away at age 91 after all those internal policy loans have been paid off. So that's pretty fantastic. $450,000 in, $1.4 million out, and still left with $211,347 for your beneficiaries. So Steve's going to like that a lot. I think he's going to be pretty happy with that.